but you don't wanna give it to me. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Oh, you dream. Welcome back. 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 I can't see through this, so I'm going to have to reveal my identity. Oh, it's because I was wearing it backwards. Today is very exciting. We have a good buddy of mine on today, a dope performer. If you don't know who it is today, well, we're going to introduce them by using our sponsor, so please, our guest, hold ready. Our sponsor today, if you don't know, is brought to you by Zoom calls. Hey, remember that meeting that could have been an email? Well, now it's a video conference call from inside of your house, which is perfect because since the lockdown, it looks like they've been filming Hoarders right in your apartment. Zoom calls showing you why Back to the Future was oddly and depressingly prescient, other than showing you how it would be if Biff became president. Zoom calls. Hey, was talking at the same time as another person on a regular phone call not hard enough? Well, try 50 people talking at once using your home router. Zoom calls. Brought to you by Lululemon. Thank you guys for joining today. We have a very interesting guest. He is a buddy of mine. He is a writer. He is a performer. He is a director. He is a visionary. I think he builds furniture out of pieces of metal he finds at his own home. Yes, it is Danny Pudi. How are you?
Hello!
How are you doing? How are you?
Well, I love the mask.
I know. I got it from my lady. They do like a costume thing or something that they do. I don't know, something. Are we on my account or your or some other account? Are you on Live with Live or Verbal?
It's with Verbal.
Okay, perfect. You have a lot of people in this room right now. I started the show earlier than I usually do.
Oh yeah.
You're a huge hit. You're popular on the interwebs.
Hi everyone. How's everyone doing?
That's good. They can't. It's not a voice thing. Whose attic are you filming in?
I think it's mine. I don't know.
Okay.
This was our attic. Now it's become the place where I go to hide. It's also like my voiceover booth. I just built one in the closet right over here. Is it echoey? How does it sound?
It sounds absolutely perfect.
Good.
Also, you haven't made it your own yet because people don't know. I don't know if people know this. It surprised me because you're very young. You're a father. Do people know that? Do people know you're a dad?
I got kids. There's some kids art right there on the wall. That's some kids art right there. Let's go over here. There's some more kid art right there.
You're raising little artists. What is that a painting of?
Printer. That is a flower that I think my son drew. And that is a landscape that my daughter Fiona drew. So yeah, I got two kids, James and Fiona. They're twins. Today was Meet the Teacher's Day in a parking lot. So it's real.
I love that your children's names, they're like sort of Byzantine Empire romance novel children books. Names. I love that.
My wife got the first names. They get Pudi. She gets the first names.
She gets first names. That's fair. Now tell me this: what is it like raising children during a lockdown? What is it like to have to be at a parking lot to have your PTA conference? I guess.
What's up? Hi, fans in Chile. You know what's interesting? I was just talking about this. I think our kids are quick to adapt, more so than we are, right? So I'm just thinking about like being able to run back into school and have my friends on the playground or talk about our summers or whatever it is. But they're 8, right? So this is like in their collective memory. I think this is, they're just rolling with it, right? So for us, it's more of like trying to figure out how to spend time with them. I think they're seeing us, definitely me, more than they've ever seen me before. So they see all shades of me during the day. I think my daughter mentioned the other day, she's like, I think Dad's happier when he's gone from the house for 3 to 4 hours a day.
That helps. That helps.
And I was like, yeah, that helps for all of us. But I think they're doing actually pretty well. It's a tricky time for everyone. So, my heart goes out to everyone out there right now. It's a very unique time. But I think our kids are in a unique position where they're adapting, right? They're doing the best they can and they're figuring it out. And, thankfully they got a good support system around them. Yeah.
Are you adapting? People don't know. I don't know if people know this, but you're big. You're like an athlete, right? Do people know this that you like jog around sometimes? You run around. You move your body.
Thank you, Malcolm. I mean, you know this. Yeah, I think that's part of my mental health is I need to run every day. Got to run every day, and that just like makes me feel normal, and it process what's happening in the chaos inside of our house. So, but I've been running forever. I ran track in high school, and since then, I was like, oh, I think I kind of need this. It's even less about the physical aspects. It's more about the mental component. So, and I use it in everything. Like even now when I show up to set, I could tell the difference in my ability to memorize lines if I've gone for a run versus not gone for a run. I'll be like staring at sides like, ugh. But if I've run, I'm like, oh, okay, the script makes sense. So I've been doing a lot of running during quarantine, and that really just kind of helps me stay sane.
That makes sense. I don't know if people know, but we're buddies. We met doing a play. Speaking of other activities to do, I feel like I could tell when you ran and when you didn't run.
Roger, Andre, what's up, Argentina?
You're big internationally.
It's amazing.
Is this because of Community, or is this because of your blossoming movie career? I feel like I'm seeing a lot of new cinema coming from Danny Pudi right now. What is this a little mix of both, or what is this?
I don't know. I think it's probably Community. That's what most people know me as. And oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. 6 seasons in a movie. Yeah, we got a lot of great fans, and I think Community was the show that sort of like spread the most. I think especially now too, it's one of the things like we found. It's the first time we've actually played it to our kids here. Mm-hmm. But we've been watching it during quarantine and selectively using episodes that feel right, and it's just a nice escape, that show. So I think that fans responded to that, and we've had amazing fans. And then, yeah, I've done a couple indie films that I think it's funny because they were scheduled to have some sort of theatrical release, but now with quarantine, I think everyone is just like put them on VOD and see what happens. So I had a movie called Baby Splitters that just came out a couple weeks ago on VOD, and then a movie called The Argument is going to be coming out in like 2 weeks, September 4th. That also will be available on VOD. So I'm excited for people to check them out.
I'm excited about both of these movies. Baby Splitters, I love. It seems like you're the lead in there. I'm like super excited to see that. About these two couples that share a baby. Like what exactly is happening there? You don't want a kid. You kind of want a kid. I completely understand either way.
I think I do the script because I remember feeling in that position where a lot of my friends started to have kids, and my wife and I were like, "Are we gonna do this? Are we gonna do this? How are we gonna, And we don't have any family here. We live in Los Angeles, and both my wife and I are from the Midwest. She's from Iowa, actually. I'm from Chicago. And for us, it was a question of like, who is going to help us with kids out here, So in the movie Baby Splitters, there is this idea of like trying to create the perfect situation to raise a family, perfect time in your career, the perfect friend circle, the perfect family. And the character I play, Jeff, truly realizes there's no perfect time. Just stressed out about it, right? So that was something I responded to. And he crafted this plan to split a baby with his two friends who have skills that he doesn't have. His friend, one of them is a bodybuilder and has his own business and has a nice house. Another friend is a dancer. She's skilled there. His wife is amazing and grounded and has a good steady job. And he's like, all these people can contribute to helping me raise my child. In some ways, it's kind of how I grew up in an immigrant household where I had multiple people yelling at me, disciplining me, teaching me. I get it. So that's kind of what that movie's about, is trying to create the perfect situation, maybe.
I love that. Talk to me about growing up in Chicago. People, I think, don't know how big theater was in your life, and you were part of Second City and all of that. What was it like? You were in Second City, yeah?
So I studied at Second City. I was in the Second City Conservatory, so which is a program you audition for, and you go in, and it's this like 1 year, maybe year and a half long class, and you together in a small group come together to write a show through using improvisation to come and create a show together. And by the end, you perform the show that you all wrote together. So for me, it was amazing. It was a wonderful experience because I did it with my friend Carissa Barrett, who I think is either directing at Second City now, but she's just a wonderful performer. And we decided to do it together, which was really helpful. So, and during that time, I really learned how to create a show, and especially with a group of people. It's like a nice little taste of like what it's like to work together as an ensemble, what it's like to work in a writer's room, what it's like to direct. You kind of have to do all those things together. So that's really where I started. And then at Second City, I was invited to be in a showcase by NBC, actually. And this was when NBC and Second City had like this partnership. And then they invited me to be in the NBC Diversity Showcase in Los Angeles. So that was sort of my, I guess in some ways, a little bit of a start out here and my transition to LA.
Now, you talked a little bit about your family, your start in Chicago. Was this the inspiration for the play Running? I haven't gotten a chance to see it, but this, I think, is a play you wrote about your experience growing up, your identity, having parents who were immigrants. Tell me a little bit about where that came from and what the inspiration for it was.
Yeah. So, as a kid, I did not grow up with many characters that I could identify with on television, And so my dad was born in India. Mom was born in Poland. They met actually at an English as a second language school in Chicago. And so my story is very much immigrant experience, right? Growing up in these worlds, right? And so the difference in my family situation is I grew up disconnected from my father. I didn't know my dad for many years, right? And so when I was an adult, we had connected. And that sort of was the inspiration of this play, was this idea of like getting to know your father, which in many ways was getting to know my Indian side and my Indian culture, and that's actually in India, and through him, but as an adult. So I grew up kind of in between worlds, used to that, and that's kind of what the show explores. Really, kind of, growing up Polish in one house. I grew up speaking Polish with my grandparents, and outside I'd be identified as Indian. And so it was just kind of trying to figure out who I was in all these different, and Chicago has this really great, there's a lot of these immigrant neighborhoods that are, reasonably close to each other, right? So you can go and get an authentic Indian experience on Devon Avenue in Chicago, right? And there's also Milwaukee Avenue, which has thriving Polish, traditional restaurants, things like that too. So Running is exploring all these different identities inhabited and trying to figure out who I am. That's kind of what I've been writing about. It's been a nice little quarantine project.
Yeah. Now that's pretty interesting. I mean, I also I didn't grow up with my dad. And, it's very interesting. We had Utkarsh on here, and we talked about, the figures that he got to see on television and how that's changed. Having more Southeast Asian actors on television. This is a result of having children. This is why I don't have kids this particular moment right now.
I'm with Malcolm right now. Hi, real quick, if you want to just say hi and wave. It's my daughter. I think she wanted to say hi.
I want to say hi to your daughter.
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
That's Malcolm.
That's
Good.
it.
No, that's Malcolm. That's your uncle.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
How's schoolwork going? Did you go outside? Have you gone outside today?
Yeah. But Daddy's been on calls all day.
Bust.
How's your dad like in the house? How's house dad? What's that like?
Very calm and quiet.
Good job. Okay. All right. I'll find out your truth from you later. But good job. You're passed.
Sure. A couple more minutes. Okay. Okay. Bye.
Bye. You are.
Okay.
This is the adorable. This is so adorable.
This is how it is, man. This is home office. That was pretty good. Calm and quiet. It's pretty good. What a turnaround from my high school teachers. If you're watching this,
I was really hoping for something more worse. Just like he's always yelling.
No, I think they know where I'm at. They're just like, Dad kind of like he retreats. He retreats inward. They know what I do.
We got to leave him some room.
Utkarsh, what were you saying about Utkarsh?
Oh yeah, we were talking about Southeast Asian representation on TV and how, he talked about how there wasn't that much there and what the scene is like now. And I'm just sort of interested in what that's been like for you. I mean, it's really awesome that you're able to create your own work. Do you see a lot more of yourself in the parts that you're getting to see? Was it different before Community? Like, what is that route like, and what is it like trying to create a world for yourself?
Yeah, it's completely different. So I'm just even thinking about I saw Cars and Freestyle Love Supreme in January on Broadway. So and he's incredible. And for me, that was like a moment where I was like, I can't believe I'm seeing, this South Asian dope MC on a Broadway stage. That to me felt like something, right? And I think there's a lot of that happening now, where there's a little bit more representation, but also authentic representation, right? And so I think that's sort of this next step where I'm excited to see, shows that are written and created by all these amazing South Asian writers, directors, producers, and that's happening now. So that's really exciting. And yeah, like that when I was little, it just there wasn't a lot of that. There was Bollywood, which is amazing and has a lot of wonderful films and actors and superstars coming out of there. But it's been nice to see this wave, right, of first storytellers behind the camera, producing, writing, and it's just really exciting to be part of that, and I'm excited for more of that, right?
Yeah, I always ask this: is it as big a pressure for you to have to represent your Polish identity as it is to represent your Indian side? And also, who has the better jokes?
So let's see here. Okay. So the first part of the question is it's pressure from my family to represent both sides equally, right? So if I watch a Bollywood movie, got to watch a Polish movie in my family. Got to do them both. Make sure everyone's happy. Kocham cię, mom. I love you, Rajamundry. And in terms of jokes, it's different, right? So when I grew up, I remember vividly this. There was these kids in the park. I grew up in the southwest side of Chicago, this neighborhood called Brighton Park, which was this immigrant neighborhood. And on the way home from school every day, I would walk through this park called Kelly Park, right? And there were these guys on that bench every day, and they used to like tease me because I was like the only Indian kid around, right? And then when they found out I was Polish, they were so excited because all they wanted to do is tell me Polish jokes every day. So they would literally stop me, and I have like vivid memories where I'm like in my book bag, terrible posture. I got, social studies all over my back, and these guys stop me and they're like, "Hey, spacz," and they used to call me spacz because they found out that spacz means sleep in Polish, and they heard my grandma yelling at me at one time saying like, "Musisz spać," like you have to go home, go to bed, and they heard that. So spacz was my nickname.
They're learning,
right? And they were picking up on this. So I think they were studying my family because they couldn't figure me out in our family. They're like, "You don't look like what?" And then you speak Polish. And so like I remember them vividly telling me Polish jokes, and like this one which was like a terrible joke, which was what happened to the Polish National Library. Someone stole the book. And like I would sit there and be like, I would just sit there and take it because I was like, I don't know, I was probably like my daughter's age. I was 8 years old, and I was like going to school and walking by myself, which now, I'm not going to let my kids walk out there by themselves, So it's just different. But I just remember that vividly being like, and then I would go home and we would have our life, which was very normal in my house. But as soon as I walked outside, I was always like, I almost felt like just people couldn't figure me out. They couldn't figure me out, That's what it was like.
Yeah, I sometimes get mad at racially ambiguous people because I don't know how to be racist towards them. It's too much research. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's like, I remember that look as a kid where I would see like racist dads, and they'd be like, "What are you?" And it's like they got something for me, but they're like, they got to fit me into the joke somewhere.
It's got to be appropriate. They're like, "I'm going to make fun of you. I just got to figure out all of who you are."
Once I get who you are.
I got joke. Where you? El Salvador? Okay, I don't know shit about El Salvador. Can you pick Pick a different place I can make fun of.
What's that figure? It was figure like to be this like walking question mark for so many people. I could see that from it. It was such a struggle for people to grasp their brains around this person who is mixed race walking around their neighborhood where there's there weren't many families like ours in the neighborhood.
No, well, we put each other in these little boxes, right? And especially if we get all of our shit from television, then we have an even smaller box. Do you know what I mean? And so as our representation grows, our ideas of people grow, and then our jokes get better. We can get more specific about our racism. That's the key. Guys, if you're going to be racist, be specific. That's you are Polish. I'm going to try something. Zjedz piewa mi coś?
Okay, say that again. Zjedz means to eat. What was that? What else?
What is it? Zjedz piewa mi coś? I tried. It was...
No, say zjedz, and then what's the second word?
Piewa?
Pivo? Is it Piwo?
Yes.
Okay, so zjedz means to eat, but pivo means beer.
Fuck, I'm way off. I was trying to say sing me a song.
Oh, śpiewaj. Pośpiewaj or śpiewaj piosenka. That's like śpiewaj means to sing, right? You want me to sing a song?
Yeah, but in Polish.
Ooh, okay.
Your favorite Polish ditty. And I'll drink towards it.
Okay, cool.
That's the only reason I'm drinking is out of Polish pride.
Okay, because my daughter's about to walk in the room, it's going to be appropriate. We're going to keep it PG. Właskotek na płotek. I'm right here. I mruga. Ładna piosenka, niedługa. Niedługa, nie krótka, a w sam raz. Zaśpiewaj koteczku jeszcze raz. And then I will do another one. Ready? This is for everyone. Is if there's anybody's birthday, this is for you right now. 100 lat, nie żyje nam. 100 lat, nie żyje nam. Jeszcze raz, nie żyje nam. Nie żyje nam. Batman! Oh, yeah. That's Batman. 100 lat. Isn't that pretty cool? Yeah. Cool, right? That's our moment. Uncle's got
So the first time I met Uncle Malcolm, he had a Batman mask and he was singing in Polish almost a little bit.
Oh, thanks, Parvy!
Parvy's in the building. You and Parvesh. So for folks that don't know, Parvesh is a buddy of ours. He's got a new show. I can't remember the name of it. I'm sure it's dope. But you guys met each other a long time ago, right? You guys you produced or wrote a show together, or you wrote for it, something like that. I'm making this up.
I do fart. Someone asked that question. Yeah. Parvesh and I met in Chicago actually years ago. We were both doing a play reading through this South Asian theater company called Rasika Theater. I think Parvesh, is that right? Give us a thumbs up if that's right. And we met on stage and just clicked. Parvesh. Okay. And then he's actually one of my oldest friends. And when I was moving out to Los Angeles, my wife and I, we actually stayed on his couch. Okay. Parvesh is saying, I'm just trying to read, make sure we're keeping all the facts right. But yeah, I stayed on his couch.
This isn't a show about facts. You don't have to get anything right at all.
Anyways, I stayed on Parvesh's couch. We're old school friends. We've been friends forever. And now we do a 2-person show. Sketch comedy, songs, things like that, for comedy festivals, things like that. We actually hosted at the Lincoln Center actually about a year and a half ago. We hosted this evening called Shabash, which was their first evening of South Asian theater at Lincoln Center. And Parvesh and I hosted. We were a mess, but it was amazing. And well, you couldn't go, So, but yeah, we're old friends, and we met each other in Chicago.
What's the name of the show you guys do together?
It's just called Parvin Pudi. We do a lot of singing, a lot of dancing, because that's what we do. And what else do we do? Oh, well, Parvesh and I actually we have a mutual love of musical theater. So he was in this great musical called Found. He actually was in Los Angeles too, and I saw him before quarantine. And years ago, about 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, he was doing the workshops found in New York. And then he booked a show. I think was it A to Z Parvati? Maybe. It's not about facts. And he couldn't do it anymore. But he said, I have a friend who'll do it. So they called me and said, you're just going to do Parvesh's role in the show. And it was amazing. So it was this sort of sketch comedy within a musical. And for me, I don't consider myself a singer. I'm more of a character singer. I like to sing, but I love musicals. And so it was this amazing musical. I loved it. And I got all these things that I never really get a chance to do out here. So that was really exciting. And that's kind of what we go back to in our stage show, our 2-person show. A lot of singing, a lot of dancing, a lot of appreciation about musical theater, a lot of nostalgia. We do true facts about each other. We just kind of put each other on the spot.
I would love to see you guys do this show. I don't know why I haven't seen it. You need to do a, what do they call it? Zoom? You should do a Zoom version. It's very popular, I hear.
I think we should do that, Parv. What do you think, Parv? I'm in.
I'm in. I will produce this. I will make this happen. Okay? I'm huge in a Desi community, all right? I just produced Definition Please. It's huge.
What's up?
I can host.
You can host it? Okay.
Yeah.
So my daughter says she wants to host Parv and Pudi.
Done.
Happening. This is happening. This is becoming real right here, right?
This is real. Guys, hashtag Parv and Pudi if you want to be a part of it, okay? Quick question from Greg Grunberg. What was it like working with him?
Greg Gunberg?
Quick question from Greg.
What was it like working?
Just a random viewer who pops in every Tuesday.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, I actually saw Greg at Comic-Con. The last time I saw him, I think he and I were both presenting at the Eisner Awards. And I was, if I'm not mistaken, that's the last time I saw him. He's incredible. And I was presenting for Saga, which I love. So that was the comic that I was presenting for. That's the last time I saw him. So I think technically that's the last time we worked together. Am I right? Am I wrong?
Greg Grunberg I feel like he's the modern Bill Murray in that every time I hear a story about him, it sounds untrue and random.
Right. Okay, cool.
It's always just like, yeah, he popped up. We were shooting DuckTales. It was just like, there's a set for DuckTales? Yeah, he was on it. He was there. It was great. He seems very likable, knowing absolutely nothing about him at all.
Super likable. I went in on that musical. He wants in on that musical. Done. Yeah.
Done. Guys, get your tickets to Parv and Pudi, starring Greg Grunberg, hosted by Danny's daughter. Get your tickets now before they sell out. They're flying like hotcakes. Quick question. What do you think of the new Batman?
I'm going to be honest with you. I have not seen the trailer. I know it's Robert Pattinson.
What?
I know. Haven't been watching a lot of trailers for stuff. I've been watching more soothing television lately. So I've been watching this show called Home on Apple TV because it's about architecture and it helps calm my mind. What else have I watched? Oh, I did actually watch Imagineering on Disney Plus. I thought that was really nice. It was interesting to see how people built the parks. That was cool. So I need to get to it. Sorry. I know I should have more info about that. I know it's Robert Pattinson. I just don't know.
It's horrible. Let's move on to something even more interesting. Did you used to be an actuary?
Good research. Actuaries assess risk for insurance companies. They're sort of risk managers. So they determine how much you pay for life insurance versus me. Just explaining it to my daughter. So I was not an actuary. I was actually an actuarial recruiter.
Yeah. I didn't know what that was, so I just said what I knew.
That's perfect. And most people don't know what actuaries are, and I didn't either until I started finding jobs for them. They are incredibly talented mathematicians, and they have to go through these rigorous exams even while they're employed. And there's this continuing education that they have to go through to be accredited. And yeah, they determine how much you pay for car insurance. For if you have a boat and you want to get insurance on it, they're the ones who determine how much you pay for it. All these life insurance, and they also work for banks and businesses.
Great. we're bleeding followers. What's your best memory about Community?
So actuaries, I mean, there's also casualty property life insurance actuaries. They do modeling, P&C actuaries. What else? They law reserves. There's some fabulous conferences out there. Okay, what do you want to talk about? Should we talk about something else?
No, this is why people tune in. They like the behind the scenes stuff.
I like math.
With a lot of my viewers are like, "What's the most famous person you can get to talk about math?" Is what they're like. Do that. Please.
We got there. We did it.
Get Ryan Reynolds and get him to talk about equations. We love it. It's our demographic.
What people want. According to my daughter, for homeschool, I am in charge of social studies and math, and my wife's in charge of everything else. So,
Yep.
Thanks. You gotta know your shit.
Aren't there like 8 periods in a day? Aren't there like 9 subjects?
So my skills are about social studies, knowing your world, history, things like that, and math. I got those two. I got those.
Okay.
Those are the two that I'm most excited about. Then there's some certain things I'm just, 3 subjects a day. Okay. So there's other subjects that I just know my weaknesses.
It's important to learn your limitations and express them to your child. I have zero segue, Danny.
Limitations. Danny.
You're an improv.
Zip, zap, zap. Zip, zap, zap.
Zip, zap. Yes, and so the thing about lockdown, what is it? Do you have an awesome memory about Community? I had a vet. I was talking to her the other day. Every once in a while, I name drop because I think it'll be interesting, and then I watch it later, and it has zero value. There's zero value to it, but I do it anyway.
We actually texted about you being on her show. Which I thought was hilarious. And I have a pretty good memory. There's certain parts of the show that I've realized over time that I think are actually in the show that are not, because they were jokes that either didn't make it into the show or there were moments off camera. And so it's interesting for me now to be like, oh wait, was that off camera or on?
What's your favorite false memory about Community?
So false memory. So there was this joke, and I don't know what season it was, but I think it's season 1 or 2. It's early in the show. And Donald and I are sitting in the study room, and we have to run outside. I think actually with the whole group, we have to quickly run outside. And that was actually a big deal because we were rarely outside, especially as the show went on, because going outside costs money. And our show was like, oh, we're not going to spend any more money. You're kind of barely on the air.
We've done enough.
Yeah, so... And we had this where I was doing this bit with a banana, and we were kind of like doing all these puns on a banana, right? And then I thought it would be funny if I had a full banana, and then it cuts immediately to us outside. And I thought it'd be funny if I was holding the banana as if I just ate it. And so you'd have to, like, the whole bit would be like, when did he have time to eat that banana? It was such a quick cut, right? Holding the peel up here. And I was watching that episode recently, and we got to that part, and I was like, oh, the banana bit. It's like no one would ever notice except for me, and it was just kind of like a fun thing. And then I saw the shot, and I was like, oh, you can kind of barely tell I'm still holding a banana peel. And it just, like, didn't work. And I think, like, I don't know, whoever I was watching it with, it was like, so what is the joke? Barely visible banana peel? And I'm like, no, the whole joke is that, like, you have to imagine me as a character on the way from the study room to outside, quickly slamming a whole banana and then holding the peel here and not chewing at all because I was so quickly able to digest a banana. But none of that made it into the shot. None of it was explained. None of it worked. I'm just holding a banana like a droopy peel.
Why would it work? Why? It's the type of thing as an actor, fucking genius. And then you watch the shot and you're like, oh, you focused on the story.
That's exactly it. It had nothing to do with the episode. There were zero stakes to it. It didn't add to any character's growth except for mine, because I thought that'd be kind of funny to be like, oh, that'd be a fun little, like, just a little fun thing, a little carrot for the for the fans. But
No, I absolutely love it. The other thing I'm going to ask you is you were in Captain America.
yes.
Right, the Russo brothers, they directed Captain America as well as a couple episodes, hugely popular episodes of Community. What was that? I'm sure you've been asked this a million times, but I don't care. How did that come about? Ask you to say. I like to mix it up. I like to go here's life's lessons and blah blah blah, and then here's the popcorn, baby.
Yeah,
Here's the fucking popcorn.
It's entertainment. So I think, so the Russo brothers directed that movie, and that's how it all came about. So the Russos, they directed a majority of Community episodes, and they literally texted me one day, and they were like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I think it was on July 4th, actually. They were like, "What are you doing on July 4th? Do you want to just come into the studio?" We were filming, I think, in Manhattan, in LA. And then we just want to do this quick scene with you if you're up for it. But I couldn't see the script. There was no script. There was nothing, right? It was pretty secret. So I didn't really know anything, but I was like, okay, yeah, let's do it. Let's see what happens. And then we get there, and it was really exciting. It was, Chris Evans and Anthony Mackie and everyone. Then I was super excited because there was two versions of the scene, and one of them I was going to get punched by Captain America. And I was like, oh, this will be like really kind of fun. Let's see if I could take a punch from Captain America, right? But that part didn't make it in. Kind of like the banana joke. I know that happened on set. We actually did it somewhere in an outtake. But it was just super fun, and it was just cool to be, just to see like the Russo brothers going from the set of Community to all of a sudden, directing giant Marvel movies. It was just really exciting.
You've got a lot of interesting things on the horizon. You got DuckTales, you got Mirror Royal Detective, you got these movies coming out, you got Running. What are you most excited about happening in the next couple weeks?
Ooh, so I think I'm excited about it. I mean, I feel so thankful that, again, during these times that I have a job where I can express myself. That's the greatest thing, right? I think I'm super excited about Mythic Quest, actually, because we did an episode during quarantine, which I thought in many ways summed up how a lot of us are feeling in terms of lockdown and the feelings that we have missing social interaction. And that's, for me, that's hard. I'm a very extroverted person. I love collaborating with people. I love ensemble comedy. I love two-person comedy. That's how I get filled up, right? So I always feel like I have to create, especially in these kind of times. And so Mythic Quest is nice because we got to actually do an episode that felt very now. And we actually were starting to film season 2 when quarantine happened. So I'm excited to go back to Mythic Quest and do season 2. And if people haven't seen the quarantine episode, I'm excited for that. And then indie film. Indie film is actually where my love is. I think because I get to do stuff, I get to stretch myself as an actor in ways that are new and challenging and different. So Baby Splitters was great. I got to be at the center of a story, Asian American couple in a romantic comedy. Super exciting. The Argument I'm super excited about too because it is a ensemble comedy. Again, indie film. We shot it in 2 weeks in one location.
2 weeks?
2 weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks. But it was
Tyler James Williams, right?
Yeah.
Did a movie with him, Dan Fogelman.
Yep. Dan Folger, Maggie Q. It's awesome. And it's very theatrical. I think that to me was so exciting because we rehearsed for a week, very much like a play. And I think that's kind of what it is now. I'm very excited about doing things that are different and that allow me to sort of stretch myself, right? So running is exciting for me in a new way because it's really honest, it's personal, and it's a chance for me to try something new. Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna do something called Voices Off. All right. And that's where you've done how many cartoon voices have you done?
How many? Oh boy. Okay, so I've done
Smurfs,
DuckTales, Royal Detective 3. Guest appearances 2 or like
all included all.
Oh boy.
Doesn't matter because here's what's gonna happen. I've shown this skill on every show. We're gonna cut back to me nailing it.
Mm-hmm.
In post-production.
What?
And what this is you do a voice, you do an impression, you do a famous line from one of your shows.
Flatland 2, I do remember that. Okay.
All right? And I will name the character, the name of the show, the year it came out, and the episode number. Again, you do the voice, a line from the show, and I'll name the character, the name of the show, the year it came out, and the episode number.
So hard.
Easy.
Yeah, you got this. All right, let's go. All right. In the recycling.
Next one.
Okay. Here's another one. Oh, but I don't know about this. Actually, I don't know if that's a line. But I think you got this one.
Say it again.
Okay. Oh boy, I don't know about this.
I don't know that one. What is that?
You know, it was the idea.
The idea of who?
Smurfs.
I got it. Okay. One more.
Okay.
One more. Who is what Smurf was it?
Was it?
I was Brainy Smurf.
That was close. Okay.
Ready?
One more. I'll name the character, the name of the show, the name of the episode, and the year it came out.
Okay. Okay.
What got to be a popular? Do a super popular character. Easy to, even if it's super easy. I got it. Go.
Where's the Junior Woodchuck guidebook? I need it. I need the Junior Woodchuck guidebook. Without it, I'm nothing.
It's a TV show. Does she know it? Does she know which one it is? She doesn't know what is it.
It's DuckTales.
Ah! Boom!
Never heard of it. Thank you. My guest today has been Danny Pudi.
A popular thing on Disney Plus right
What a rude uncle, huh?
Hopefully your career will take off after doing this podcast.
Actuarial speaking?
Actuaries, I don't know if you know this. This show is very huge with actuaries.
Oh, very cool, man.
Yeah, it's cool. It's good to see you, man. I'm so glad you did the show. Are you happy? Are you glad that you did this?
Of course, man. So happy to see you. Yes, I'm very glad to see you. I crave human interaction and collaboration, so I need this probably more than you do. I needed this, so thank you.
I slipped very quickly into interview guy thing.
That was great.
Today. I thought I'd try it. I didn't know what was happening, you know?
It was really great, though. It forced me to sort of take a beat, because then I had to really be like, let me give Malcolm something thoughtful.
You thought it was going to be a really shitty show, like it was just going to be guys talking. Well, there you go.
I mean,
but
I saw the mask right away, and I was like, are we going to be spies? Are we going to do our musical that we did, which I really miss?
Remember, we did a musical about vigilantes with Matt Sachs.
That's what I thought this was going to be about, and you were going to be like, oh, remember what character you played? And I do not remember any of it.
No.
I just remember we had a rap battle at some point in it.
We did have a rap battle. Should we rap battle now? Should we do
No,
it?
you win. You're actually good. No.
Dad, you're actually pretty good.
Matt, you actually had that. You had the heavy lifting in that show. You actually really had to rap, and you succeeded. I don't even know who I was in that show. My rap was very observant, and it was very staccato, and it was like, "What are you doing there? Not here. We are now in the clear." And I was just trying to follow this really slow beat. It was embarrassing.
No, it was like I was watching 8 Mile right now. This is the this is how I close my show, my fake weird show all the time. What do we do now? Oh, no. There's two weird ways that I end my show that we always change it with. Name 3 things that you're super into, tangible, intangible, whatever it is, 3 things that you really dig right now.
Ooh, okay. Let's see.
Oh my God.
Which one? What? My
You
daughter's
are
gonna tell me.
obsessed with songs, right?
I am
Like
obsessed with
every
songs.
time I hop in the car, you play your favorite song. It's
What song?
really slow
What song am I
and about
pressing?
love.
Slow song? Okay, so a couple things that I'm obsessed with right now. Or recently, I finished Paper Girls comic.
Ooh.
Paper Girls.
Paper Girls, comic book.
Let's see here. What else have I obsessed with?
Running.
Running, definitely running. Always running.
Cooking.
Cooking.
You
Yeah.
made a ton of chocolate.
I made a lot of chocolate chip, but that was first quarter of quarantine.
What? Board games, reading, playing football, playing basketball, getting James outside, getting James off screens.
A lot of people didn't know how kid-friendly my talk show was, and it is.
I think there's your list right. Paper Girl, into playing outside as much as I can, running, a lot of running, music-wise, board games.
Making my video.
Oh yeah, we've been playing Harry Potter Clue a lot. That's been really fun.
And
What's that?
music video.
Oh yeah, me and Fiona have been like choreographed and dance. Like we've been doing some music videos and choreography. Dance,
I found this. Download it, and we're gonna make a music video.
and we're gonna make a music video. So that's what's up over here. But Harry Potter Clue is amazing. We've been playing that a lot, which is kind of fun. It's a different version of Clue.
Have you seen Clue the movie?
Oh, love it.
I love Clue.
So I did a workshop of Clue that my friend is rewriting right now, Sandy Rustin, who's amazing. I did it in New York last year, Professor Plum, which I was like excited about.
That was so
I know.
I was going to say, me and you, we should do Clue. Me, you, and whoever we think is good at acting should do Clue.
Yeah, amazing. That's like, that brings me so much joy. That sort of tone, like.
They should make Clue into a play. I would see, because here's why I want Clue to be a play, because the cast of actors that you get for the play, because forget the movie. The movie is it lives in a box. I want the play, because that's going to be different people doing weird stuff. That's what I want. I want that. I want Clue the play.
I think that's
Do that.
You get to see everyone like stage, like passageways. Oh, that'd be really fun. That'd be really fun.
And you put different people in different nights. Do you know what I mean? Like someone guests in for a night.
Yeah. Oh, theater. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that'd be sick. That'd be really fun.
Yeah, for this theoretical time, we're all able to hug each other again. Guys, here's to when we can spit on each other again and not worry about it.
Oh.
And then last thing, where do we go from here?
Where do we go from here? I don't know. I just hope everyone is doing the best they can, day to day, right? I think this is a time to think about what matters to us, and creating a more compassionate world. Voting, that matters right now, so let's all please vote. And yeah, my heart's with everybody out there. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for tuning in.
Bye. Where can they find you? Did they need to find you anywhere on the tweets and the who whats?
At Danny Pudi, and on Instagram at Daniel Pudi, my full name. My mom will be very happy about that.
Well, it's good to see you. Can't wait for the next thing, baby.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it, Malcolm.
Appreciate you. Bye, Mr. Pudi.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Do I press the... You have to press the button so I look cool. Guys, well, that was a fun hour. Thank you for the people who are tuning in for the very first time. You have been watching Going Live with Malcolm. My guest today has been Danny Pudi. You can catch me at Verbal the Rapper on Twitch, at Verbal Be Rapping on Instagram, and Malcolm Barrett on your neighborhood Twitter. My guest next week will be Justin Simeon of Dear White People, both the play not the play. That makes absolutely no sense. My guest, and I'm just going to fix this up again for when I hit this in the editing bay. My guest next week on Going Live with Malcolm will be Justin Simeon. He is the writer-director of Dear White People, which is how I know Tyler James Williams. No, wait. I think we did Peoples together? Is that? We did some stuff together. We did some things together. And writer-director of Bad Hair. So catch him there. Catch me anywhere. What else is there to plug? I'm here. Next week, Going Live with Malcolm, the YouTube version, will have Rosa Salazar. So I'll edit and things like that. I'm getting closer to editing stuff. I don't know. I kind of like it free form, like the children's TV show. Well, welcome to a very special for young adults version of Going Live with Malcolm. It's been totally fun. I can't wait till we see our next guests. There's a million things going on in the world. Is there anything anyone wants to say? No. Well, good. I think it was a damn fine episode. Good night.
You say you want it, but you don't want to give it to me. You say you need it, but you don't want to give it to me. You say you want it, but you don't want to give it to me. You say you need it, but you